From the city of brotherly love and Citizens Bank Park, MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Texas Rangers taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. First pitch coming at you right after the break. And on the hill today, Christopher Sanchez. What do you have on him, Chris?
Boog, this guy usually turns in a very good outing. His teammates really enjoy when he's on the mound. Everyone seems to be loose, which can help the offense be a bit more dangerous. So if you look at the opposing lineup, they're hoping he doesn't just settle in. They want to make this an uncomfortable start from the beginning.
Nice night for baseball here in the city of brotherly love. Here's Brandon Nimmo. And we're underway here in Philly. This one in the air, center field. Crawford settles underneath it. One down. And now we take a look at the Rangers lineup. And the challenge for this lineup today, Singy, finding a way to have success against the sinker ball.
Yeah, it's a tough pitch to hit, Boog, and even harder to elevate. Got to set your sights a little bit higher when you're at the dish. They're struggling with it. I'd expect them to make some type of adjustment. It won't take long to see how well that sinker is working today.
Ground ball right side. Stop. Gets it to first. Quick start to this afternoon's action. Two gone. Two outs, base is empty. Corey Seager stepping in for the Rangers. And a foul ball. Seager getting to start at shortstop, hitting third in the lineup, and so far this year he's slugging over 500. The shortstop takes the ball. Swings and misses, and it's 1-2.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
Two down, nobody on. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Got him. That ends the frame. Phillies coming up to hit, no score. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back here in Texas in this one, Nathan Eovaldi. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
And the 1-0. That one missed. Swing and a foul out of play. Check swing. He held up. Ball 3. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Batting second, designated hitter, Kyle Schwarber.
And Kyle Schwarber will come up. Good power. Not great in the OBP department. That one finds the zone. 0-2.
Well, he didn't like those first two pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole. He's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
Pitch in the dirt, and that's ball one. Next offering is outside. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Fights it off. He'll see another. Turner gets his lead at first with nobody out. And it remains 2-2. Got him looking for the strikeout. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. And time now for the Phillies lineup. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Singy.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These players have been around the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did, but they've got the wisdom to be able to understand different situations, be able to think with the opponent and sometimes in front of the opponent. And you always seem to see a team like this. They come to the ballpark, they know how to get down to business, and they understand what the job is at hand.
That one is absolutely belted, and that's got extra bases written all over it. Flying around third is Turner. Hops over the wall, and that's an automatic double. And here comes Alec Bohm. Golden opportunity right here. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Runners at second and third. That's in there. So the call will stand. One challenge remaining for them now. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
2 on, 1 out. Up the middle, Seager tosses the first, and the first run of the game comes across.
Batting fifth, second baseman, Bryson Stott.
On the ground to third. Slings it across. They limit the damage here. So 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and a runner left. We move on to inning number 2 here in Philadelphia. It's the Phillies 1 and the Rangers nothing. Back here in Philadelphia, we move ahead to the top of the second now. Jake Burger stepping in for the Rangers. 0-1. Short hop liner, handled it short. Jump throw. And 1 out now.
Batting fifth, right fielder, Andrew McCutchen.
Man, Chris, a jump throw like that is certainly worthy of the StatCast treatment. Let's see what the numbers have to say about it.
Yeah, these are some favorable numbers, Boog. This is the type of play that showcases his arm strength. I mean, he made it look easy, but I promise you, that's not a throw every shortstop can make, especially with that much behind it.
Right through there for a strike. On the ground.
Oh.
And foul ball. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 gone now.
Well, take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
Here's Josh Young.
Ball.
Swing and a high fly ball right field. That one back. That one on its way, and it's gone. And it ties it up. It's 1-1. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back. At this level, you got to be good. Sometimes you got to be a little lucky. That was a pretty nasty pitch. Sinker on the outside corner, but he did a great job of covering it, and he hit the ball out of the park.
Huh.
Two down, nobody on.
Ball. That's the ball.
Line drive. And that's the 3rd out. Just one hit in the inning, but it was a big one right here as it ties the ball game. All even at 1 apiece. Back at Citizens Bank Park, and now for the Phillies, Adolis Garcia.
Right fielder, Adolis Garcia.
That one fouled off. Next offering is fouled back. And that one misses up and in. And that's ball 1.
That's a really good job of laying off the 0-2 high fastball. Is going to make that pitcher really have to respect this hitter, even though he's behind in the count.
Tries to hold up, appeal to first, and he went, says Dave Lawrence.
Batting 7th, left fielder, Brandon Marsh.
Bunt attempt, but that goes foul. The 0-1. On the ground right side. He takes it on his own. Already 2 out here in the home half of inning number 2.
Catcher JT Realmuto.
And now it's JT Realmuto.
That's a ball.
Tied up here in the early going. That one at the knees for a strike.
Ball. 2.
And that is downstairs. 3-1 now. Swings through that one for strike 2. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. That is the inning. Phillies down in order. Score remains deadlocked at 1. New inning getting started. Now the catcher for the Rangers, Danny Jansen. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike.
Pretty rare location right there, right down the middle. This guy paints the edges. I'm not sure if you're going to see that pitch again as a hitter.
And the 0-1. In the air, left field. Marsh should have this one. Takes it in for the out.
Batting ninth, left fielder Sam Haggerty.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. On the run, sends it over to first. Throws it away.
Well, I definitely think the speed down the line played a factor on that throw. He had more time than he thought, but as a fielder, the speed of the game and the speed of the runner sometimes can get in your head, and he just rushed it and failed to make a clean throw.
1 out. Runner at second. Brandon Nimmo getting ready to hit. Fly to center his first time.
Strike. Woo.
And that's in there at the knees for a strike. 1 out and a runner at second. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Next pitch is inside. Ball 1. And there's a ball. Here's the pitch. Runner breaks for third. There's a ball. Throw. Tag. Ow. A bullet from JT Realmuto. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Turner with the throw to first. That's the third out. After 2.5, it remains a 1-1 ball game. As we go to the last of the third. So digging in now for Philadelphia, Justin Crawford. Check swing, and he went. Strike 1. Tap foul at the plate. Oh, 0-2 now. Battling here as he fouls it away. Just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
That just misses, and it's 2-2.
That was pretty close on the inside, and obviously he's not too happy with the call out there on the mound as he lets the umpire hear it a little bit. This is where you can't let that frustration compound itself, though. You got to let it out and move on.
Now there's a bullet down the line.
He's getting the barrel to the ball. He's just got to work on that timing a little bit.
That's to third. Young tosses to first. One gone, bottom of the third inning.
Well, Boog, as an infielder, you have to be ready for anything. In that spot, it required going to the ground, getting a little dirty, and making a strong throw for the out. Great play.
There's a strike. Fastball for a strike.
Quickly in an 0-2 hole, you're going to have to give something up here in terms of power if you want to put the ball in play with any authority.
That one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Up next for the Phillies,
Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. He was a strikeout victim his first time.
Huh. Oh.
Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. That completes the strikeout, and that'll do it. With 3 complete, we're tied at 1 apiece. Back here in Philadelphia, start of the 4th, Wyatt Langford stepping in for the Rangers. And there's a foul ball.
Well, these Rangers just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
In the dirt, ball 1. And that's down and away. Chases the changeup in the dirt. In time to get him. 1 away in the strikeout.
This guy will throw any pitch in any count. 3-2. He goes off speed, gets the out.
All tied up, top half of inning number 4. Up the middle, Trey Turner gloves it, slings to first in time.
Up next for the Rangers, first baseman Jake Berger.
And now it's Jake Berger to hit. 0 for 1 so far.
Well, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Swing and a miss. 0-2 now. Rangers go down quickly there. Still tied 1-1. Back here, Citizens Bank Park, and digging in for Philadelphia, Bryce Harper.
You know, these Phils doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of him. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Well struck, deep right field, way back, and out of here! He'll circle the bases, and they take the lead. It's 2-1.
The one thing the pitcher didn't want to happen just happened. That's not an easy one to stomach. Pitchers are taught to keep the ball down so that you don't get hurt. But unfortunately on that one, he made a pretty good pitch in terms of location, but it was just a better swing.
Swing and a miss. That's strike 1.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Fouled off left side.
And yeah, a lot of the blame for those walks goes to the mound, but I credit these guys for not getting anxious and fed up. They're staying disciplined, which is easier said than done sometimes.
Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts. This is Bryson Stott. Grounded out his first time up.
Oh!
Out towards right center field. McCutchen on the move. And there are 2 outs.
Up next for the Phillies, right fielder, Adolis Garcia.
Nope. Ball 1. Ball
Well, he looks
inside.
more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
Next offering is fouled back. 2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Pitch
Ball 3.
misses there, and that's ball 3. Got him. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. 1 scores in the inning, coming on this solo home run. And this is now a 2-1 ball game. Back here in Philadelphia, we go to the top of the 5th. Andrew McCutchen stepping in for the Rangers.
Well, these Rangers, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
Ground ball right side, and it goes just foul. Stays alive. Here's a 1-2. Into center and a base hit. And they had their first base runner since the 2nd inning.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. Pitch was on the outside, didn't go the other way with it, but still a nice job of using the big part of the field to find a hole. no way he hits it that well if he hooks around the baseball.
Tying run is at first, and we're at the top of the fifth. Swings through that one.
Filthy changeup right there. Just pulled the string.
And that one a little below the knees. Yeah, the count 1-2. Fouled off. Almost got him. This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. And there's one down.
Up next for the Rangers, second baseman Josh Smith.
One out man at first. Here's the second baseman, Josh Smith. He's 0 for 1.
Hey!
Swings through that. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, that at-bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there, at least to foul something off, extend that at-bat.
And that is out of play. McCutchen off of first with 2 away.
That's the ball.
The 1-2. Now that's smacked to right center. And that's a base hit. They're waving McCutchen home. The relay to the plate. He's safe as he gets his hand in. It's 2-2.
Well, we're starting over again, all tied up. Off the bat, that one registered at 105 miles per hour, man. That is smoking, and these days you hear it all the time, but the numbers just don't lie. If you can drive a ball like that, more often than not, you're picking up a knock. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
So next to hit for Texas, Sam Haggerty. He's 0 for 1. Clips the corner, and it's 0-1. Runner at second, 2 down. Right side. Stop. Sends it to first. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. Rangers get 1 on the RBI double. 2-2 game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. We head to the bottom of the fifth. And now for the Phillies, Brandon Marsh.
Left fielder, Brandon Marsh.
Well, these Phillies being a little too patient at the plate in this game. They found themselves behind in the count quite a bit. They're trying to be patient, but it's mostly resulting in outs, not base runners. And you could argue it's making things more difficult at the plate.
Fires over to first. And that's the first out in the bottom of the fifth.
I mean, they're getting hittable pitches. That's why they're called strikes. But going back to the dugout, knowing you could have done something with what you got is frustrating for hitters.
That's a ball. Nope, that's away.
Two one now. And that one upstairs. Outside
ball
ball
four, take your base.
Up next for the Phillies, center fielder, Justin Crawford.
Go ahead run on base. Justin Crawford now at the plate. Grounded out his first time up. Yeah, that's fouled off.
Always tough to turn two on a speedster like this. It's even harder with him coming out of the left-handed batter's box. You really need something to hit hard on the ground that they can handle to turn two quickly.
Swing and a miss.
Man, that's just a nasty splitter. Bottom falls out of it. You don't see a lot of guys throw that these days, but I tell you what, he's got a good one.
Just off the inside edge. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. You know, when you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't hit that pitch. If I can see it really well at eye level, I can't catch up to that pitch when a pitcher's got this kind of velocity.
Swings through that. Late that time, and it's strike two.
Oh, he's got to be pretty proud of this outing so far. Sometimes guys cower coming into a ballpark like this, but he has attacked hitters. Pitching on the road like this is very impressive. This has been a treat to watch.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. Lifted in the air, right center field. And that'll fall for a base hit. Around second is Real Muto. And now they'll have runners on the corners with two away.
Up next,
you can't do much better than that on a pitch that far outside of the strike zone. Got him to chase on the two-strike count, but he wasn't fooled. He hit that ball really well.
And now Kyle Schwarber steps up in a critical moment. Two on, two outs.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0. He's been able to go inside as well as outside, effectively working both sides of the plate in this at bat.
Got the bat going too soon. It's strike two.
That splitty's a pretty nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand. Looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
And now the count is full. And another power hitter lurking in the on-deck circle. Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the third out. Through five, all even at 2-2. Back here in Philadelphia, close game here, and a chance now to look at a few highlights from this one. Brandon Nimmo stepping in for the Rangers.
Center fielder Brandon Nimmo.
Nope, that's inside.
Check swing, and he went. And the count even at 1. In the air, right field. Garcia settles under this one. He's got it, and there's one down.
Up next for the Rangers, the designated hitter, Wyatt Langford.
Close one, doesn't get the call. Ball 1. I thought that was a strike, and here's a challenge. It just shaved the zone. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. All tied up, and we're in the top half of the 6th.
That's a ball.
Late with the swing there.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
What a stop. Flips it, and very nicely done for the out.
Up next for the Rangers, shortstop Corey Seager.
Seager stands in now.
Right, 1.
Two down, nobody on. That one almost got him. High fly ball down the left field line. And it gets into the corner, but it's foul.
Well, he missed a hittable off-speed pitch right there. Not sure exactly with the timing. Sometimes you get a backup breaking ball. You're expecting it to make its move at the end. It never does, and you're tied up.
Fights it off. He'll see another. That's a little bit low.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
And he walked him. And after that long battle, he's
Up
aboard
next for
representing the
Rangers,
tying
first
run.
baseman Jake Berger.
In the air, right side. Garcia on his way over. He's got it. And that is that. One left for Texas. Score remains deadlocked at 2-2. Back at Citizens Bank Park, bottom of the sixth. Bryce Harper stands in for the Phillies. Foul ball there. That one not close. And the count is 1-1. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Cole Winn, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Latz getting loose as well. The 1-1 is fouled off. This one drilled right center field. That one heading for the fence and gone. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they lead it. It's 3-2. Singy, the ball is jumping off his bat.
Yes, it is. Tons of loud contact. Man, it's been impressive. Well, he put a really nice swing on that one, and everything was on time. Took a direct path to the ball. Excellent extension, and just drove it out of here. Nothing better than when the ball jumps off your bat like that.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. That'll be it for Nathan Eovaldi, and it wasn't his best start, but he kept them in it to this point, and will come back with a new arm. Here's a new pitcher from the pen, Chris Martin.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
The 0-1. Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. This one in the air. And there's one away.
Up next for the Phillies, second baseman, Bryson Stott.
So digging in now for Philadelphia, Bryson Stott. Check swing, but he went too far. That's strike one. Late on that fastball.
He was really trying to stay back for something off speed. That's why he was so tardy on that swing.
Jackknives out of the way.
Ball two.
Two now.
Oh.
One out, base is empty, and a run in here in the bottom of the sixth. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Ball.
Quick toss to first, and he dives back in safely. The 1-0. And that one missing low.
Last two pitches have been down in the zone. Pitcher clearly trying to get that ground ball double play. But in this count, he's going to have to give in, elevate his pitches, and get back into this at bat.
Check swing called strike. Strike one. Runner on the go. And that one fouled off. Man at first, one away. Runner goes again. Pitch is low. Safe in second, and he easily steals the bag.
Couldn't have picked a better pitch to go on. It looked like he was going no matter what, but you steal bases so many times off the pitcher. You get that jump there, and if the catcher's great, he can make up the time, but if you've got good speed, he's not going to make it up.
Got him looking. That was pretty nasty.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
Brandon Marsh steps to the plate. Has grounded out a couple of times.
Up.
Stop at second with two down. And a foul ball. The 0-2. Now a pop-up on the infield. And the inning is over. It's now a 3-2 ball game. Back here, Citizens Bank Park. We go to the top of the seventh. Andrew McCutchen stepping in for the Rangers.
Pretty amazing, his first pitch strike percentage over 90%. You know you're getting something in the zone first pitch. So if you're a hitter, got to be ready to let it fly, even though he's had a lot of success on that first pitch of the at bat.
Looking to get the tying run on base. And that's in for a strike. And the count is 0-2. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Popped up. Turner under it. And there's one down. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one.
That's a ball.
The Phillies holding on to a one-run lead here in the top half of inning number 7. Next pitch misses. Ball 2.
In today's game, not that many fastball counts, but hitters still in the back of their minds, they're looking for one. 2-0 changeup call right there. Excellent pitch selection to go with.
Next offering misses, and the count is 3-1. And ball 4 there. Tying run is on base.
Up next for the Rangers, second baseman Josh Smith.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Christopher Sanchez departs, and he was a tough nut to crack. Pretty stingy from start to finish. Back with the new arm after a quick break.
Now pitching.
Tanner Banks taking over on the mound.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Runner on at first with one gone. Now it's the second baseman, Josh Smith.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
Ball. Hot. That's a
He's
ball.
really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
That one almost got him. 1-run game, 1 out, 1 on. There's a strike.
On this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Boo.
And that one fouled off. Payoff pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. And no shot to get him at first. There's 2 aboard.
When you go 0 for 5, 0 for 7, 0 for 8, it seems like an eternity, especially to start the season, because that's the one thing. Players want to get that first one out of the way so that they feel like, all right, I'm going to avoid this prolonged 0 for to start the season and get into a slump.
Went with the sweeper for the strike.
Really good job in this spot to get ahead in the count. He's going to have to continue, finish off this hitter.
That one ran inside, almost got him. Out to short. Turner to second. Double play. What a clean killing to end the inning.
They made it look easy, but it started with a nice speed to the second baseman from the shortstop. Perfect turn, and they're out of this jam.
Now pitching for Texas,
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Jack Leiter.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight.
JT Realmuto stands in for the Phillies. Line to left. Into second easily with a leadoff double.
Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Fun attempt, popped up, and there's one away.
Up next for the Phillies, shortstop Trey Turner.
Here's Turner now. Outside with a breaking ball. Next pitch is downstairs.
Not really attacking on the mound in this at bat. All breaking balls, so that makes me think they're not really wanting to challenge him here.
Man at second. And a foul ball. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Here's the 2-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. 2-2 now.
Nope.
Just
Ball three.
missed. Ground ball to the right side, and he can't come up with it. The flip, and
You're
they
out.
get him. The misplay made it a bit messy, but they cleaned things up for the out.
Phillies designated hitter, Kyle Schwarber.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Real Muto in to score. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2.
Got the job done to put him up by 2. Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Here comes Bryce Harper. He's got a couple homers already, so can he possibly do it again?
Come on, man. Of course he can. Those 2 he hit were legit, and he looks pretty locked in right now at the dip.
Check
Strike
swing, and he went. That's strike 1. Hits the top of the zone at 98 for a strike. Breaking ball inside. Yeah, the count 1-2. That's inside. Swing and a miss, struck him out. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now 4-2.
Now pitching.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Kyle Backus.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Leading off for Texas, left fielder Sam Haggerty.
On a line, and that's got extra bases written all over it. Around first and hustling for second. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Well, that's how you respond. Leadoff man comes up, gets into scoring position. Now, there are several ways that they can get this run across.
Brandon Nimmo stepping in for the Rangers. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a ground out.
Strike 1.
Tying run at the plate. And a swing and a miss. Some bullpen action for Philadelphia. Joan Duran, the closer, getting cranked up for a possible save opportunity. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. The tying run at the plate. On the ground at first, Harper takes it to the bag. First out in the top of the 8th.
Up next for the Rangers, the designated hitter, Wyatt Langford.
Slice to right, and it stays fair. Runner from third comes across, and now they trail by 1. And now the tying run is into scoring position.
Big time at bat right there. Comes through, and they're back within a run. Now that sets up a huge at bat in this ball game.
Here comes Corey Seager, known for his late inning heroics. The shortstop takes the ball. Tying run at second base, and we're at the top of the 8th. Now one missed.
Well, this is a little tough for the hitter. In the back of the mind, you're wondering, with first base open, am I going to get a pitch to hit? Got to stay back, let your hands work, stay in the middle of the field.
Close, but called a ball, and it's 3-0. Challenge from behind the dish here.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
And on further review, it was a strike. They'll keep their remaining challenge. That one inside. Ball 3.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
So the tying run at second. And
that's
that's ball 4.
Ball 4.
And the go-ahead run
base.
is on base.
For the Rangers, first baseman Jake Burger.
Substitution now at first base. Here's the pinch runner for Texas, Evan Carter, getting some more speed on the bases. And there's a base hit to left. Runner around third on his way to the plate. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and again, we are tied.
Huge at bat to bring home the tying run at this point in the game. Now a huge at bat in this game coming up.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Kyle Backus will depart, and it's a tie ball game as he heads for the dugout. Back with a new arm after a quick break. Here's the new pitcher for the Phillies, Brad Keller. He has a great slider with tons of movement. And now it's Andrew McCutchen, 1 for 3.
We might have a dramatic inning in store, partner. One big swing and they jump out in front.
In the air to left center. Marsh gets there. He's under it. Brings it in.
Up next for the Rangers, third baseman Josh Young.
Right through there for a strike. Fought off foul.
He's falling behind in a huge spot, Boog. Got to do what it takes to come through. Maybe choke up on the bat a little bit, spread out those feet, whatever it takes.
Tied at 4. That one's upstairs, ball 1.
Well, he missed badly with that 0-2 fastball. Hitter has to understand, probably wants to try to put him away with that pitch, so got to stay ready for it.
And a ball and 2 strikes. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. But they scored twice and even it up late. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. And we are tied 4-4. Ezekiel Duran. He's the new shortstop as he comes in as a defensive replacement here. And now it's Alec Bohm.
For the Phillies, third baseman Alec Bohm.
And fouled off. That's in there. No balls, 2 strikes. Some activity in the bullpen for Texas. Cole Winn, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Latz, the lefty, warming up as well. Battling here as he fouls it away. That missed by a lot. And that is ball 1. Just missed. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. Pretty close, but it was a ball. So they'll lose their first challenge. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
Well, they gave up on that pitch early, and it ended up staying in the zone. I'm sure he's kicking himself and would like that pitch again.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Gets a piece and stays alive. That one just misses. Catcher challenge. Will take another look. And that one did find the strike zone. So they get to hang on to their second challenge.
Up next for the Phillies, second baseman, Bryson Stott.
First pitch way inside, a fastball. Swing and a ball popped up. Durant under it. And there's 2 down.
Up next for the Phillies, right fielder, Adolis
Manager out of the
Garcia.
dugout, and he's going to make a change. Jack Leiter done for the day. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching for Texas.
Now on the bump,
Number
Cole
60,
Winn.
Cole
And we all
Winn.
know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
So digging in, Adolis Garcia. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. In for a strike. It's 0-1. That clips the corner.
0-2 count, both pitches on the inside part of the plate. Hitter is thinking, I don't want to get beat here. This is a good time for something off speed away.
2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Phillies go down quietly in the inning. Back here in Philadelphia, here's the second baseman, Josh Smith.
No, that's a ball.
Four in the 9th. This one in the air, center field. Crawford in position, brings it in. 1 up, 1 down.
Up next for the Rangers, catcher Danny Jansen.
First pitch misses.
That's out the corner. Hup.
the zone for a strike.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
And a breaking ball misses outside. Tied at 4. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Stays alive.
Just missed. If he's able to connect on that, look out.
And a payoff pitch. Fights it off. You'll see another. Three-two. Got him looking for the strikeout. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. There comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Brad Keller out of the game, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back. So the closer summoned from the bullpen, Joan Duran. Sam Haggerty, the next to hit. There's a strike. All tied up here at the top of the ninth. Swing and a foul straight back. Here's the 0-2. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. That completes the strikeout, inning over. It's the Rangers 4 and the Phillies 4. Back here in Philadelphia, so digging in now for Philadelphia, Brandon Marsh.
Brandon Marsh.
Bullpen action for the Rangers. Robert Garcia, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Right down to shoot, and 1-1.
Nope, that's off the plate.
Way out front for strike 2.
From a pitcher's perspective, that's a beautiful splitter right there. As a hitter, you don't like it, but he's commanded his fastball, and out of that same tunnel, that splitter comes, and the bottom just falls out of it.
Way inside. Popped in the air, left field. Takes it in for the out.
Up next for the Phillies, catcher J.T. Realmuto.
I know you want to be patient as a hitter, but you got to be ready to jump on the first thing straight. And he got one right there, but left the bat on his shoulder.
That's a strike.
That front door slider is such a devastating pitch. You don't want to get beat by the inside fastball, so you cheat a little bit, and then by the time it gets there, it's out of the swing plane.
Called out on strikes.
Up next for the Phillies, center fielder
And digging in for Philadelphia, Justin Crawford. 0 for 3 in this one. On the ground, right side. But it kicks foul. Trying to send this to extra innings. Late swing, foul to the left. High fly ball, right field. And that will end the inning. Down quickly go the Phillies. This game's all tied at 4. On to extra innings. And now it's the Rangers leadoff hitter, Brandon Nimmo. Runner edges away at second. That one in triple digits.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
And that one ripped to left. One away.
Up next for the Rangers, the designated hitter, Wyatt Blanchard.
Pitch misses, and it's 1-0. Right through there for a strike. 1 out. The go-ahead run is at second here in extra innings. Pickoff throw. Haggerty back in on a dive.
Good wheels out there on second, and he's getting a pretty big lead right now. Definitely looking to score on any hit to the outfield.
And a count 1-2. Phillies fans want a strikeout. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Good job to fight that one off. Man at second.
Ball 2.
In the dirt, and an excellent job keeping it right there. Ninth pitch of the at-bat due next.
5 foul balls in this at-bat so far, and these two are going head-to-head.
Got him swinging.
Nice work there to get the strikeout, and that's a big second out. I'll tell you, this home crowd will be fired up. They can get out of this and leave that go-ahead run stranded in scoring position. This is a big moment in this game.
Go-ahead run on base. Ezekiel Duran stepping in for the Rangers, taking his first at-bat of the game after entering on defense. And ball 1. Man on second, 2 down. That one close, ruled a ball. And that's ball 2. It just shaved the zone. They'll keep their remaining challenge. The 1-1. In the air, right field. Garcia coming on. And that's the third out.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Now pitching for Texas,
Taking over on the mound for the
67,
Rangers, Jacob Latz.
Latz.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Trey Turner stands in for the Phillies.
Bowling.
Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. That one a little bit high. Ball 2.
Wow, that's a tough pitch to lay off.
And that one ripped to left. One up, one down.
Up next for the Phillies, designated hitter, Kyle Schwarber.
And that one upstairs, ball 1.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
Winning run at second with 1 away. And we're in the last half of the 10th. That one missing inside.
I know it's 3-0, but I'm letting him swing here if he likes the pitch. Why not?
Bryce Harper in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Check swing, went around, and the count is 3-1. The winning run on second base. And ball 4, 2 aboard. Making a move at first, pinch running for the Phils, Edmundo Sosa, looking for some added speed out there in the late innings. Here comes the always dangerous Bryce Harper in a big situation.
Ball.
2 on, 1 out. And another ball.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
And that is out of play. Tied at 4. Hard ground ball for a base stop. Runner around third. Here comes the throw. In comes the winning run, and the Phillies walk it off in extra innings.
Well, you come to the ballpark hoping you'll see something special that day, whether you're a player or a fan. A walk-off win, nobody forgets that. A memorable moment that'll be logged in the backs of the minds of everybody that witnessed this here today.